You are now listening to 15 Minutes of Fame Radio.
Let's go!
Yo, man, 15 Minutes of Fame, man. ARP. What's up, brother?
I'm here, sir.
We back.
Uncle Rod, we back at it, man. We ain't get a chance to politic since Jersey, man. It's good to be on your camera as always. Appreciate you, man.
Let me do this, man. Let's have this conversation, bro.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to you, man, and your team.
Thank you.
You've come a long way.
Thank you.
You've come a long way. And, you know, literally everybody is, no disrespect to King of the Dot, but everybody is right now saying RBE is like the #2 league.
Okay.
Did you ever think, you know, in your wildest dreams, that when you started to do the RBE thing, that you would actually be sitting in the position of the second, like, biggest battle rap platform in battle rap?
So before answering that, I got to double back on that other comment because shout out to the homies at King of the Dot.
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to King of the Dot.
Shout out to King of the Dot. Shout out to all leagues. That ranking thing to me never mattered as much as people would think it would matter if they start saying like, "Oh, you're the king for the moment," or "You're #1," or "You're #2." I appreciate more when people say we're their favorite platform.
Okay.
Right? That means that it doesn't matter whether you have a cool card this month or a bad card next month, or because you think that you passed this league or this league passed you in subscribers or activity or cards or energy or attention. Because the moment you have something going on that people don't agree with or they don't fuck with,
knock you right back down.
Absolutely. Absolutely. There's been a couple cars that we have done, and it's like, yo, they're being put out of business. They're falling off. The Titanic is sinking. That's why this battler just battled over here. I hear it all once a year in some form or another. If after Max Out is over, I'll say this right now. Watch, when Max Out is over, we're gonna go back on vacation, back to our regular lives, back to all these other forms of work that we have going on. And sooner or later, before we announce our card after that, somebody's gonna be tweeting, they fell off, they got put out of business, CASSIDY and HITMAN was so expensive that they can't afford their next card.
Hence the max out.
Yeah.
He maxed out his cards.
I'm saying this before we even get to the stream and see what the stream does, right? That's gonna happen. I'm used to that 8+ years. You know what I'm saying? So when people say you're my favorite league, or you're my favorite platform, I like the way you guys do things. I like the way y'all carry yourselves or whatever. I put more rank and more stock in that. That's more important to me.
That's good.
Because if you go based on these rankings, they're all temporary. They're all temporary.
And for the record, like, literally, this is what people are saying. That's why I said it the way I said it. Because, you know, I have conversations with battle rappers and other people in the culture. And it's always like, yo, and it's like, these motherfuckers came from nothing, and they're like the second most talked about. How about that? Not the best, but the second most talked about league with the cards and shit that you're throwing and putting together. You know what I mean? That's why I say I love King of the Dot. Always respect King of the Dot. Always support King of the Dot. So it's just what the people are saying. You know what I mean? That's all that's about.
As far as the question of, you know, did we ever foresee that? I guess I could foresee us being successful because of the way we work and our attitudes coming in. Our very first card, I say the story a lot of times, our very first card, me and Shot this on the phone, and we're doing the numbers and we're saying, all right, looks like we're about to probably invest X amount of money that New Year order card costs, but it looks like we're probably going to lose about $5,000, right? It wasn't like we got, because it was only really door money and YouTube money back then. No VOD, no live pay-per-views going on like that. It's really the door the day of that people was trying to bank on paying the battlers up, you know what I'm saying, for those events.
And in the beginning, it wasn't crazy people in the building. I remember.
No. It's probably like 70 people there, 60
I was
people
there.
there.
I remember.
Like
it wasn't a lot.
I tell the story all the time. Aver comes into the building. He looks around. He goes, yo, am I still battling? I said, why wouldn't you be? Because in my mind, you have a contract and we have an agreement and there's a certain amount of money I owe you regardless. These people shouldn't matter. And me and Shot budgeted like that because that's how you start a business. You have to pay your dues. You have to take your losses. You know
I got you on when you did an interview with Hev, saying like, we ain't making no money.
There's probably a million cars that we've done like that.
You literally said, like, no, we're not making any money.
Yeah, you have to pay.
Like, you sure? No, we're not making any money. And this was after you did, a couple of cards.
Yeah.
It wasn't just after your first card. So
you have to pay your dues in business and entrepreneurialism. You
Right.
have to pay your dues. You know what I'm saying? If you're one of those lucky few people that just jump into some line of business and you pop day one and you just start making all green.
shout out to you.
You just in the green. Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you banking on that, yeah, we like, for example, the that Duel in the Desert card by Ted, whatever his name was.
Ted Bundy, we might as well call him.
And I hate to single people out, but Grizzle,
Yeah.
I just hate I hate to single people out, but I remember that the interview that he did, he's like, I gotta go back to work now. That means like those first two cards that you did, like you had full anticipation of them going green. You know what I'm saying? If you just
But wasn't he the one that actually didn't wind up disappearing and not paying everybody?
I heard some of that happen, but
Yeah.
you hear a lot of things around event. But that's not the first. Like a lot of stuff happens a lot of times. Like a lot of people go one and done because their first. Even Vlad, as popular as Vlad is, Vlad TV, that first event that he did with
Math and
right?
Rex, right?
It was the Killers League. It was one and done, right? And Vlad has interviews and he's on record saying, "This ain't for me. I took a loss," because that means that you was expecting turnaround that very first event. You know what I'm
As
saying?
everybody is always expecting a turnaround when they invest in something, but sometimes, like you said, you
Yeah.
got to take that loss to really get
You
paid.
better anticipate the
Took
shit.
me a long time to make $1
There you go. You have to
off
build
of
up your
15 minutes of
subscribers,
fame.
your names,
What?
even your reputation for battlers, league owners, people to trust you, give you exclusives, fuck with you, all that type of shit.
Oh my God, it was a long road.
Yeah. Ups
I
and
didn't wake
downs.
up with 160,000 subscribers.
Yeah,
No fucking
so
way. So
because we came in with that type of mentality and approach, I already knew our ambition. I knew our energy. I knew we was financed. I knew that I knew a shitload of battle rap, and I was very, very deep and invested into the culture as a fan, then a blogger, then a league owner, platform owner. You know what I'm saying? So I could say that, yeah, with people like that, you're gonna say we're gonna be successful. But as far as getting to people's favorites or rank number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or whatever, I never looked at it like a number because I have interviews years ago saying this league is number 1 or URL's number 1. And they deserve to be. They was kind of the ones that really popped it off on the street level. I'm not looking to surpass them. You know what I'm saying? But I damn sure want mines for the work that we put in. You know what I'm saying? I want to see everybody that authentically and genuinely goes about their business. You know what I'm saying? I want to see those people win, whether that's you, whether that's this league, whether that's this battler. I want to see everybody. I literally see battlers on camera, like just praying for our downfall at times, or just like, or might call us the ops or some shit. You know what I'm saying? If I cross paths with those same people, I'm gonna shake their hand. I'm gonna be like, yo, I'm a fucking fan of yours, and I'm gonna keep it moving.
shouldn't pray for nobody's downfall, man.
But that's the energy when you if you walk around like that, then you probably have shortcomings in your life, period, because that's a mentality thing that holds you back in other areas of your life, whether
Right.
you know it or not. Sometimes subconsciously, like it's there, and you don't even fully realize this shit. You know what I mean? Like my energy is more so like, if I put it out there and if I carry myself like this, it's gonna come back in some form or another. And I think that's why we get the type of fan support that we get at times. They'll turn on me in a fucking second. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of them, but 8 times, 7 times out of 10, I think they want to see us be successful with the hard work we put in because the way we carry ourselves.
It's working.
Appreciate it.
It's working, man. Like
Appreciate
I say, I've seen you come from the mud, man, and
Yeah.
and I'm seeing you put together. And let's not even deny, all right, shout out to Hitman, shout out to Cassidy.
Absolutely.
Great battle put together, right? Some
Absolutely.
people love it, some people hate it,
Yeah.
whatever. Well, let's not forget the other people that's on that card. Take Cassidy and Hitman off the card. Dare you. And the rest of the card is still crazy, man.
Yeah.
You know,
You have to-
Rosenberg
you have-
and Show Off, Red and Jag, A-Ward and Ill Will. Who am I missing?
You said A-Ward and Will.
A-Ward,
You
Ill
said
Will.
Show and Raw. You
Show
said
and
Red
Raw.
and Jag.
Big K and
Serious Jones.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
That's a card in itself.
And the 1SK. Shout out to Lawrence for the 1SKs.
And let's not forget the 1SKs.
That's going down April 3rd.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And even with the main event, like you said, like you see how you said you have to build up your platform. You have to build up your platform to a certain level to even be able to host that battle that big, of that magnitude.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You have to develop that type of reputation. You know, there's some leagues that haven't gotten to a certain, they haven't put in that type of work yet, and I hope they all get there. But let's say
booking certain people too early.
Yeah, like imagine a platform that you never heard of out of New York announce Cassidy and Hitman. I think it would be a little less impactful amongst core battle rap fans. A lot of people take note of that because of how big Hitman's name is and Cassidy's name is. But the platform's reputation for delivering big stuff or big battles or big cards and moments during the battle.
It's
you know
expected.
Yeah, it becomes a little bit expected, and you have to build that reputation from all the cards and all the battles that we complete, so that when we get around to a Mook, a J Mills, a Hollow, a Hitman, a fucking King
It's
Lowe's,
the norm now.
Yeah, well, I hate that people want to think it's the norm.
It is.
Because I ain't trying to spend this shit every card.
You're still doing it. Tell me that 6 months from now and see what next matchup you put on a fucking card, because you know you've been doing it. You know what I mean? So it's becoming your MO now. You know what I mean?
We have enjoyed creating some big moments, but I've said for many years, I just hope that the fans and supporters give us the flexibility to still do things that are just dope, period. Everything doesn't have to be blockbuster. If you feel like it's a great matchup, some of our best battles on the card doesn't cost what Hitman and Cassidy has to cost. One of my favorite battles on the RB channel is JC versus Craig Lamar.
That was a great battle.
You put it in a room that held 50 people. You know what I'm saying? Probably charged like $35 a pop or some shit.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Was that Funk Studios?
Yeah. Funkadelic Studios.
Yeah, Funkadelic. Why did I say Funk Studios?
Yeah,
Funkadelics.
Studios. But that's one of my favorite battles on the RB channel.
You had a couple nice battles come out. Averb battled Bonnie in that same room.
Everybody was wondering what would happen if Averb battles a female. They got it. We delivered that. So yeah, you got to build it up, man, brick by brick.
That should be your motto, brick by brick. You should use that.
We should use that?
Yeah, start saying that.
You gonna trademark it on me because you the one that just made it up? Come on, man.
Nah, you can have that. I usually want credit for shit, but I'm gonna let you have that.
Appreciate that, man. Damn, I gotta get this tattoo taken off me now.
Too late, nigga. I got a tat. But yeah, man. But I always want to make sure, you know, that I make sure I give you your flowers and your credit, because it's not hard. I mean, not easy. I've seen a lot of leagues come. I've seen a lot of leagues go. You know, I've seen a lot of come. I've seen a lot of go. I've seen a lot of blow away. You know the record. What's the record?
No, I'm not gonna help you. I'm just gonna let you drown.
I drowned.
I'm not gonna help you.
Because I know you know music too.
I'm gonna let you have that one on your own. Go ahead.
So yeah, man. I've seen a lot of leagues come and go, man, and it's like, you know, like maybe they'll nope. Maybe no.
You want to know what's crazy? And I've never said this before. Yet it's humbling to a degree too, that we can be here 8+ years, and people still will say, "Yo, you still going?" Now, some people might look at that from a perspective and say, "How many years do we gotta go before you stop?"
See that we ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, or I might do an interview, and I've been here for 10 years. You know what I'm saying? As ARP before the platform. And I'll still get somebody that's so intrigued on like, yo, so how did you start in battle rap? Or take me from the beginning. I have no problem. I love going through the story. But it's like people are still scratching their head 8 years later. I'm just like, I don't mind. It's humbling at times, but we still get that. And that's a good thing. Keeps us motivated. It sees that people still see growth.
Yeah.
I mean, and we're still exceeding expectations. So if we continue to exceed expectations, that means that everything we've done thus far hasn't put a ceiling on us yet. That's good. That's good.
And I'm sure a lot of people was like, yeah, this will be the last time they do something, you know, Mook and Verb again. And then you turn around and you do it again and again and again. And now you got Hitman and Cassidy. So, you know, so shout out to you, man. Shout out to Shotta. Shout out to Ant. Shout out to Lawrence.
There you go.
Shout out to RBE, man. I appreciate you guys. You guys gave me numerous moments that I have that I can tell stories later on, you know, from being at these events. You know what I mean? So yeah.
That's dope.
I hate to say it like that. It almost sound like I'm wishing you well on your last day. And shit. But
you
no,
done so much for me, like
right.
like
It's gonna be hard to see you leave.
you sounded like this card has to be the last after the price tag.
The Max Out, April 3rd.
Yeah, man.
Where's the venue? Are we telling the venue, or just where to get the tickets at?
And
Or the pay-per-views? Tickets sold out? Where we at with that?
so you got general admission pre-sales sold out.
Okay.
Stage passes sold out.
I can get in though, right?
You're good.
Just want to make sure.
We have a list, and we just changed the general admissions and the battle list.
Okay.
But we have a set comp list that's been there for years. 15 Minutes of Fame has been on our list for years. We just changed the title at the top to the
You
card.
see that? It's a tear. It's a fucking tear.
Yeah, you've been on that shit for years. Stage pass is gone. I believe balcony is gone. I'm pretty sure balcony is gone. VIP sections are both gone. There are some general admission. What we did is it's at the Believe Music Hall, right?
Okay.
Believe Music Hall has a huge VIP section in the middle of the floor that fits like 200 people. Okay, in front of that you can fit like 500 people. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We're now dealing with the owner of the venue to now take out some of these rows in the middle to give more standing space. Okay, so that's why the early birds was that initial balcony, the special sections, and the front layer, that big section in the front. And now we're creating more room for the second wave of general admission tickets.
Wow.
So the battlers are gonna have an exciting, energetic environment.
Back almost, well, back to the old days.
Why not? I think we deserve it.
Dare I say old days, like it's only been a year ago.
Yeah, and when I say we deserve it, I mean the entire battle rap culture. I think we all deserve it.
Yeah.
I think we all deserve, you know, that energy. You know, and John got one, depending on when this drops, tomorrow.
It's right, and that's gonna be huge too. That's gonna be a big crowd too.
He's got a crowd there.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So I think the battle rap community deserves it.
So let me ask you this on that note.
Yeah.
The event is in Atlanta.
Yes, sir.
John is also. I didn't get a chance to talk to John, but I wanted to. Like back up north, you know, it's still like everything is still restricted. There's still like a 20 people minimum, shit like that.
Yeah.
I have to ask, is it safe to have this huge event in this climate?
You wanna know what's so crazy? So asking that to like a battle rap platform owner is so funny to me, because there's so many layers and pay grades above me where that decision happens. Like you're talking like the mayor of the city and shit.
I didn't think about that.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like all these like you can
right,
go,
you didn't make the call. Like it's
not
they're saying you can do that now.
Yeah, like after what was our last event? I went to Club Compound. For people that are in Atlanta a lot or party in Atlanta a lot, you probably heard about Compound. Compound is a place where the valet parking is $150. It takes you an hour sometimes to just drive up the block that it's on. It's a movie outside. You get there, there's probably like 2,000 people in the street trying to get in. We went to that place after a previous event, and I looked. It's on my gram, as a matter of fact. You see me panning through the crowd. It's on my IG, and it's like it's just a sea of people. It's in the middle of the pandemic. This is like when we did our last card, October or some shit.
Yeah, that's still at the height of that shit.
October, and you pan around, and I'm making the decision to be there. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
but
right,
that
right.
shit is happening in Atlanta every night. There's a compound going. There's a club this going. There's an event like this. There's a music this. There's a performance this. That's why so many artists are working and make it like in the music industry. Uh-oh. You didn't get in trouble, did you?
By who am I gonna get in trouble by?
Bang. But that's why there's so many artists that, you know, as the pandemic fucked them up, they're booking their shows, their music. I'm talking about industry millionaire artists. They're booking their shows in Atlanta. Did you see some of the shows that was happening All-Star Weekend?
Sure.
Did you see like that club and them videos like with like Lil Durk and Lil Baby and shit? It looked like a fucking Super Bowl stadium in front of them.
I have to ask because even some people are still saying like, yo, is it too early? And again, the question is not, like you said, it's not you who opened up the city. The mayor opened up the city. So the question is not to you. It's just that, with this thing still, like, it's not over yet. You know what I mean? So it's like...
And I brought up those things not to deflect. I brought up those things to say that in Atlanta, you have the full flexibility to choose whether you want to go. That's why I say, even for me, Compound, that night, I didn't have to go.
Right.
You have the full flexibility to say, I want to go to this club tonight. I want to go to this movie theater. I want to go to Lenox Mall. You know what I'm saying? Walk around all day. I want to go to,
I don't like Lenox Mall.
A lot of people don't.
Because it looked like all the strippers got off work and just went to Lenox Mall.
Yeah, it's a show in there. I want to go to
Lenox Mall.
You know what I'm saying? And for the people that don't want to go to Max Out, there's 1000% that live stream pay-per-view going on rarebreedent.com.
Right.
You go cop that.
Right.
So the pandemic is real. The pandemic is serious.
What are the numbers down here? Have you got
Not sure.
Yeah, because that's the thing you want to check too, right? As you do something like this, what is the numbers looking like after all these months? People been out partying and still just living their lives, and if the numbers are not going up, then that says a lot.
Yeah, but so, I'm gonna tell you this: like, if I didn't want to do me personally, as just a person that's trying to watch his health as well, like the next person, right? If I didn't want to do that event, right, it wouldn't be about the numbers.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because worldwide, it's a pandemic. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you could fucking bump into one little person, that it could be a room full of 5 people, and one person could have COVID, and you can contract it.
Right.
Or you could be in a room that has 1,000 people in
it, and nobody gets it.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
It happens on so many occasions.
Yeah. So I have a lot of close people that told me that they found out through work or some shit like that they had it. They didn't even have any symptoms and shit, but then you also got people that have gotten real affected and real sick behind it. People have lost their lives. So you also have to know who you are. Let me put this example out there because I think it's healthy to put out there, not only for this topic, but also for just the history of things. I was on the phone with Star early this week, right? And I was like, yo, man,
That's dope after the shit y'all went through that y'all cool now and y'all on the phone. That's fine.
We haven't spoken in a while.
But that's still fine.
We was cool after that, but we didn't speak in a while. You know what I'm saying? And the conversation that we was having the other day, I was like, yo, we got this event. You're always welcome if you see us, we have an event, any state it's in.
Right.
Whether it's in Atlanta or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And he says, well, I'm 56 years old right now, so I'm not sure. I might pull up, but because of my age. And I say that to say everybody has a different position in this pandemic.
Exactly.
Some people work on the front lines. You know what I'm saying? Like, some people are still staying in the house. Some people is at Club Compound tonight. Like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody. So it really comes down to choosing. Like, I would be going past my boundary to try to make that decision for people.
Right.
And I would also be trying to play the role of a mayor or a doctor to try to say, like, listen, y'all, and I would be fake to do that. Listen, y'all, these are the numbers of the week of April 3rd. So we good, yo, come on out. I ain't doing none of that. That ain't my position to do that. What I do know is that
I'm going. It's up to you if you want to go too.
And I don't even want to sound that abrasive, but my position is everybody has their situations. Everybody has their positions on how to move during the pandemic. And me personally, I'm going to be at that event, and I'm going to be taking as many safety precautions for everybody around me, including the fans, as possible.
Right.
Does that mean that I'm going to be out there with 1,000 test kits? No, it doesn't. You know what I'm saying? So, if obviously, I know the pre-sales. So obviously a lot of people are choosing to be there. People are posting their tickets and all types of stuff. And we've gained that flexibility in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to everybody that wants to come out and watch this shit live. But if you don't and you're not comfortable, jump on the stream.
Again, April 3rd, stream in the building. Either way, it's a great fucking call. Make sure y'all tune in and check that shit out.
We in there, rarebreedent.com. We in there.
15 minutes.
You are now listening to 15 Minutes of Fame Radio.
Let's go!